Our emotions have a mind of their own, one which can hold views quite independently of our rational mind. Daniel Goleman. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions as well as to understand and influence the emotions of others. According to the studies, emotional intelligence have 5 key components: self-awareness, self-regulation, internal motivation, empathy, and social skills. At the FEIL Summit 2018, Dr. Robert Emmerling, leading expert in emotional intelligence, shows the importance of emotional intelligence in students' life and acknowledges various benefits of it.
It's not enough that it just happens in schools. It has to also be reinforced in communities, in families. Okay? It's not enough just to train the teachers how to do this. Okay? We need to have a more coherent effort if we want to actually make a measurable impact on these skills in children. So here's what we're talking about here. We're talking about self-awareness. How aware am I of my own emotions? Do I have a realistic view of my strengths, capabilities? Am I self-confident? Self-management. Can I take that awareness and can I manage those emotions effectively, either keeping negative emotions under control, but also using positive emotions to motivate myself and motivate other people? Okay? Can I be aware of other people's emotions?
The summit is followed with panel discussion on the role of educational institutions in building social skills. Self-awareness skills and resilience in students was an important part of the summit, which took place between eminent panelists such as Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, Dr. Sujata Singhi, Pandita Anuradha Pal, Mr. Kanu H. Doshi.
I'm also a chartered accountant. And when we, as chartered accountants and MBAs, compare our approach to preparing students, one thing gets up very strongly, and that is this. A chartered accountant knows more and more of less and less, while an MBA knows more of too many things, but less of depth. So an MBA has breadth, a CA has a depth. So other day, Uday Kotak, Chairman, MD of Kotak Mahindra Bank, he was asked in our business school, sir, when you have to decide on recruiting a person to your bank, what qualities do you look? He said, I love to have a chartered accountant and MBA. The reason being, here is one candidate who has the depth and the breadth, both combined into one.
FEIL and NZEA have a core desire to enable students enhance their abilities to create the future of their dreams. The competencies of learning from diverse experiences and lead self and others are critical in that regard. FEIL and NZEA collaborated in the EI Summit for Schools, with NZEA bringing in an attractive, relevant and delightful opportunity for Indian students of learning at New Zealand schools and experiencing their rich culture while residing with New Zealanders. This would help Indian students to learn the entrepreneurial and adventurous culture as well as managing diversity. The work of NZEA was much appreciated at the event and evoked widespread interest.
I think the emotional intelligence workshop that is being held today is the need of the hour. Looking at our nation, which has a huge human resource and a very limited opportunities for the educated learner, it becomes imperative over the IQ, the EQ should be nurtured.
Emotional intelligence is not about being emotional, but it is intelligent enough to understand your own emotions and emotions of others.
I strongly have seen and read a lot about it, which says that emotions are impacting a child right from the prenatal stage. So the emotion of a mother, we all have heard when a woman is pregnant, whatever she is feeling or thinking is affecting a child.
Today's summit on emotional intelligence has been a very empowering one for us as professionals, because even though we know the meaning of emotional intelligence, this has kind of reinforced our faith in this particular concept that having a high EI is very important than having a high IQ.
It is rightly said that children's mind is very fragile and their emotions are their future. And today, through this Emotional Intelligence Summit, I truly go with these words, and it's what is a beautiful experience to know how we inculcate this particular emotional intelligence through various different co-curricular activities.
Where we've been speaking about the importance of emotional intelligence for children and schools and methods for how we could actually enhance these abilities in students to get them ready for the jobs of the future. We talked about how important the role of self-management is, how important it is to be aware of our emotions, and how important emotions are for effective relationships. We've also been talking about how important it is not just train teachers, but also to make sure that administrators and the wider community is also trained in these specific theories and methods so that we can enhance these skills in children going forward to get them ready.
Contact NZEA today to study in New Zealand. info@nzea.in